Hello and welcome to Take a Beat. My name is Tirza and I'm the digital pastor here at IES. And again, welcome. I'm glad that you're here and I am glad that our guest is here today. This is Korry. Hi, Korry.
Hello. Hi.
And so the funny thing was, we'll have Korry introduce herself a little bit. But the funny thing was, people were like, the team was talking about, okay, who are we going to interview? Like, what's going to and Take a Beat. And then one of them, Izzy, actually asked me like, oh, are we interviewing Korry? Because Korry's new to staff. And I was like, she's not new. But then I realized, oh, actually you are new, sort of. And so you're a new addition to the IES staff. Welcome. But at the same time, you're not new to the IES staff because you've been here before. We're both
Confusing.
of us are confused because we've been hired a couple of times. Okay, so tell us what you're doing now. Like, what is your role at IES?
Okay, hi. My name is Korry and now I'm working for IES Mission, especially in education.
Okay, so let me ask you this because I get confused. What were you doing before? Because you were staff from when to when?
2013? Yes, 2013 to 2018.
Okay.
It's like 5 years.
Okay. So, and what were you doing then?
Excuse me?
What were you doing then? Like, what was it? Mission? Because it was IES Missions too, right?
Yes. So actually, my journey is like a little bit complicated.
So let's talk about your journey.
So at first, I was a teacher, and then I'm joining IES for 5 years, the IES Mission Department. Then I'm going back to school as a teacher for 5 years, and now I'm coming back again.
I see a pattern, Korry.
Yes. So it's like keep going out, log out. Yeah, it's like
Logging in. But we're so glad that you are back here. Okay, so the other thing is, if you haven't seen this, go back to this past weekend. Was it August? What was this weekend? 19th and 20th. And so we had a live stream, and then Korry did an opening prayer thing in Ambonese. The thing is, like, I'm half Ambonese and I don't even understand what, like, I mean, I don't. Like, I'm
Actually,
definitely more Jakarta.
Yeah, actually, even though I'm speaking in Ambonese a lot, but some of Ambonese, they still say that my Ambonese is so bad. So, in order to I sounds like Ambonese, they, what is that? They edit my script.
So you submitted your script to real Ambonese,
yes,
and have
and
them
they
edit.
put it some, because like, even though
if you're not a real Ambonese, what am I?
I am real though. I'm super real.
I'm not your real.
But yes, but like my structures, like in the sentence, is still sounds like Indonesia with little bit words in Ambon. So like they change it to become quite Ambonese. Like.
Okay. So actually, I was asking, can we show that clip of Korry speaking Ambonese?
Selamat sore, basudara dong semua yang ada di sini malam hari ini dan yang ada ikut dari rumah. Beta ucapkan selamat datang, selamat beribadah di IES Jakarta. Beta senang sekali basudara dong bisa ambil waktu datang beribadah sama-sama dengan katong di tempat ini sore hari ini. Basudara dong semua yang baru datang pertama kali, Nanti bisa isi visitor form, makali katong bisa kenal basudara dong lebih lagi. Dan kalau basudara dong mau bertumbuh dan melayani di tempat ini, katong sama-sama. Perkenalkan, beta pun nama Korry, beta kerja per IES Misi. Hari ini beta sambut basudara dong semua dengan bahasa Ambon, barang hari ini akan sedikit spesial. Katong mau merayakan katong pun hari kemerdekaan Indonesia. Katong bersyukur walau katong ada beda-beda banyak suku dan bangsa, tapi katong semua bisa hidup damai satu dengan yang lain. Sekarang katong mau mulai katong pun ibadah, katong mau siapkan katong pun hati parsombayang. Mai somba upu langite, mai somba Yesuse, mari katong berdoa. Upu Yesus katong mau datang duduk basila di upu Yesus pun kaki. Mau bilang dangke banyak lai atas upu Yesus pun penyertaan dalam katong pun hidup. Katong ada karena upu Yesus pun sayang per katong semua. Suka se katong napas hidup. Katong mau minta ampun atas katong pun salah biar upu Yesus mau sucikan katong pun hati. Supaya katong layak bermasuk dalam hadiratmu untuk tabaos angka donci dengan puji Yesus upu Yesus manise. Katong mau serahkan katong pun ibadah nih, biar upu Yesus mau pimpin dari awal sampai akhir. Buka katong pun hati agar katong bisa rasa Roh Kudus masuk dan jamah katong pun hati. Dangke banyak upu Yesus, katong alaskan katong pun pergumulan dalam hidup. Di nama Bapa, Putra dan Roh Kudus. Amin.
Oh, okay. So you were from Ambon. Were you born there?
Actually, it's complicated again.
It's okay. We have time for the complicated, Korry. So from the beginning, what is the beginning?
So I was born in Ternate.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's Maluku, but it's different province. And they have a different culture and language.
Yes.
Okay. When I was 5, because my mom passed away, I moved to Ambon.
Okay.
And then I moved to Ambon. I lived there longer than Ternate, so I always says that I am Ambonese.
Got it.
Yes. Actually, my dad is from Ternate and half Manadonese, like
okay.
Sanger.
Okay.
And then my mom is Ambonese. But yes, my face and I live more longer in Ambon, so yeah, I am from
Got
Ambon.
It. Okay, so you grew up there. How did you end up here?
Here where?
Like Jakarta.
Okay,
or Karawaci, then Jakarta.
Okay, so actually I always wanna go out from Ambon.
Okay.
I try so hard, like get scholarship and whatever that I that can send me to Jakarta. Okay. But the God's plan is unique.
Yeah.
Finally, I came to Jakarta because of the riot in Ambon. It's like if you
remember. What year was that?
1999. But okay. I flee something like that.
Yes.
From Ambon's 2000.
Okay.
Year 2000.
So did you come here with your family, with your parents, with your dad, with random strangers? Like who did you come here with?
Yes, yeah, all of that.
Okay.
So actually at that time there are lots of organization from Jakarta, and like it's kind of like the movement. It's called like Safe Generation, because like the situation in Ambon was not good. Like it's not safe anymore. So some of organization like they want to take younger generation take out from Ambon, and so at the time there are my teachers told me about this organization, and then since I really want to go out from Ambon at that day, so I apply for it without my family's knows. Like
Oh, okay.
I just go and then register my name, and then when I said to our family, to my family, and they said no, because
So at that point, your family, there's your dad, and then
no. When I
Oh.
said my family,
It's
actually
the-
is the family that I live in, like my uncle and my
Oh,
aunts.
okay.
Because actually my dad is in the separate island in Ternate.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so because in Ambon is everyone is family.
That's
ya,
true.
Basudara. Okay.
Yeah, because mama ini, papa ini.
Yes.
Got it.
So like all my neighbors is actually it's my family. So I told them like I want to go to school in Jakarta, and they say no, Jakarta is too far. And then it's not like when you like something happened, we can go and take you now. It's too far. But then I said no, I want to go.
Okay.
And then like the family have discussion about it. They discuss about it, and then some of them like, yeah, just let her go, like there's nothing in here. And then some like, no, it's too dangerous. How about if she's going there and then become a di jalan-jalan gitu. It's like jadi gelandangan di jalan, so something like that. So like beggar gitu. And then I said like, okay, I need to call my dad. And then I call my dad and I say, I think I want to go with this organization. They will take me to Jakarta. And then during the riots, even it's not easy to travel, but my dad find a way to come to me in Ambon.
Okay.
And then he's the one who take me to Jakarta, because my family says like, we are taking care of you, like you are my responsibility. If something happened to you, it's like, what can I say to your dad? And then okay, I bring my dad here.
Okay.
Yes. So then I joined the groups, lots of groups, like really, really like lots of groups. Like we are like hundreds.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
Okay. So my dad's joined with me in that ship, in the boat. It's like, and there are lots of other children. And then
How old are you? Were you at that time?
as around 11 or
Okay.
12.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah. So actually at first it's only me, but then my sister cried so hard. And then my family, they're like, no, you cannot go, all of you. Some of you here, some of you go there. You know? And but my sister like, I want to go. And then my sister go. And then my brother, I want to go too. Okay, so now every one of us go. My dad and my two siblings.
Okay.
Like we went to Jakarta.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in Jakarta, what happened there? Like,
Oh yeah.
because you didn't end up on the streets.
Yeah. Thank God.
So
Yeah,
what
it's like,
happened? So
I really acted out of it. Like I don't know where I'm going. I'm just like I'm going like that. Okay.
Okay.
So it's took 5 days for us. So actually they move. There are some organizations, some in Java, East Java, Surabaya, and some in Jakarta. So when we arrive in Surabaya, they take out all the kids elementary to Surabaya. Since my sister is still elementary, I don't want to get separated with her. So we, both of us, I hide my sister in the toilet.
wait, you hid your sister in the toilet?
Yeah. I mean, I hid. Yeah, in the toilet. So they cannot
I
take
think
my
the
sister.
statute of limitation is already over, so we can talk about it now.
Yes. So and then later after that, we arrive in Jakarta. In Jakarta, there's lots of organization, and then at the time, me and my sister and my brother end up with Yayasan Rumah Kasih Bapa.
Okay.
It's owned by Abalov Industry. So they are the one who took care of us when we arrived in Jakarta. They pay for our school and our house and everything. It's like everything is provided. So
Okay.
yeah.
So what area of Jakarta did you live in?
West Jakarta,
Okay.
Maruya.
Okay. And what was do you remember your first impression of Jakarta? I'm sure less pollution than today. I looked out of my window this morning. I was like, this is not good.
Oh, actually, so when we arrived, it's already like night.
Mhm.
So we use bus. Yeah.
Mm.
So I cannot. Yeah, I see the high buildings. Not really, but the first impression is like. At that time, I feel like when I sleep, like it's feel like bumpy roads. Like, why is Jakarta there? The road is so like bumpy. Gitu. But then I was like, it's okay. So yeah, my first impression is about the road. I don't know what kind of road that they took, but I don't know why it's bumpy. I passed the bumpy road. Mungkin maybe polusi tidur. So I thought, why it's like keep on bump? Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So my first impression, because it's night.
But was Jakarta everything? Because you said that you were the one who wanted to go get out of Ambon and go to Jakarta. Was Jakarta everything that you expected it to be?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I really want to go to Jakarta because when there are time when someone came to our elementary school and then he said, you need to go out. There are people who never go out from Ambon until when they die. So I should go out. Like I have to see outside the Ambon, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the biggest difference between Jakarta and Ambon?
Yeah, there are lots of. It's big. Jakarta is big and crowded and busy.
Okay.
Yes. Ambon is small, quiet.
Except for the riots at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, safer. Not really. Correct.
I was like, because like if your riots was in 99, our riots were 98.
Yes.
Question, like because you were back in Ambon, you said like there were riots in 1999. Where were you when that was happening? What were you doing?
I was at home.
Did it affect you?
Yes.
How did it
course.
affect you?
Yeah, sometimes when I hear like somebody screaming or like running, it's just I got anxiety, like panic.
Okay.
Yeah. So when that things happen, yes, I was in Ambon. Good thing is my hometown is like all Christian, so there's nothing like we don't affect it like directly, but like my hometown is Christian, but
the conflict wasn't anywhere
like
near
but
your
my
hometown.
neighborhood is like from the others, and then so we don't have this food supply because from the city, the food from the city is like have to go through that place. It's like so we don't have a supplies. Even when I about to leave for Jakarta, I have to take the boat to go to the harbor because I cannot pass that area, and then there, even if I took the boat, we still got shoot from so we, like
I love how you're saying that very, very calmly, like, oh, you get shot. I'm like,
it's like every night, like that's what we hear every night, like the shotguns, and yes, and like always worry about our loved ones who go and guard what is you call perbatasan. borderline.
Border, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because all the men have to stay awake to border the line.
So let me ask you this. Is that, especially when you're 10 years old, around that time, like that's a huge thing. And how did you, in your life now that you're older and more mature, we will not talk about our age.
Yes.
But how did you kind of heal from that experience? Was there a point where you realized that God has healed me from this, or how was it for you?
Actually, the only thing that I think can heal us is like knowing that having faith.
Yeah.
Knowing that God is always be with us and then protect us and what you call, never leave us. So
right.
I have like little bit anxiety, but every time it's feel me like I need to overcome that with like I trust in God. Faith. I think faith is the one that helped me go through
Anxiety
all the anxiety and then all the hard thing in life. Like I've been living away from my parents since I was little. So the one thing that I remember my dad told me is like, if I'm not around, and then you don't know how do you talk, and then when you have something to ask and I'm not here, you can talk to your Father in heaven.
Yeah, that's true.
So from that times, like I always talk to God, like even for little things when I'm afraid, because I'm not really like open person. So I can just tell for everyone like what I'm in facing or something like that. So I think faith is the one.
So I have this question, because you spent so long being away from your family, and also you're not married yet, right?
Yes.
No, before this, she was like, the previous conversations with like Katie and with Amos and with Golda, you're talking about their significant other. She's like,
Yeah.
And so how, like, do you ever feel lonely?
Of course, everyone in the world feel that. Yes, like who's not lonely, right? Like sometimes, like, yeah.
I'm not talking about like wanting a significant other, but just your family's not like your family's far away.
Yeah.
And you don't live with your family. Like, do you ever feel lonely, and how do you remedy that?
Yes, there are some point that we feel like lonely, but I don't know. Yeah, God give me friends, and I'm not really like person people. So sometimes like being alone is not that yeah, it's not the bad things. And then when I need a friends, I have friends. So yeah, it's like lonely but not lonely. I don't know how to describe it.
Okay. No, I was just asking that because like I understand being away from your family for a long time is difficult.
It's difficult.
Yeah. Well, and also like when I first met you were staying in a house with two other girls, Katie Cannon and Venus, who one of them is married, the other one is engaged.
Yeah,
did you see that? Like,
I know.
It's new news. Anyways, but like I remember that the three of you are like sisters.
Yes.
And you live together and you shared everything, and of course sometimes I crash at that house and spend the night or two or a week. And I know that for the longest time you also served in IES West, and also at that point serving with Pastor Lou in missions, and Pastor Lou and Ibu Monica calls you daughter.
Yes. Yeah.
So how is it having the church family, or like the brothers and sisters in Christ, there for you even when your family is not around?
Yes. Yeah, there's a blessing for me. Yeah, I always thank God for all my friends and my family and my church family. I always think that them as a way how God love me, like how God protect me, because yes, when I don't have anyone, they are the one who are like really close to me, and then they are the one who helping me. And when I have a trouble and I need prayer, they are always be with me. That's why like I always think them as a God's answer, like how God's what is it called, like how God's they are the one that God sent for me. Yeah, so I am where I am now. It's because of those people. Like when I come here in Jakarta, I have no one, but throughout all these years, I can see how God's taking care of me through them, through all the people that God sent to me, all my friends and all my family. It's like family in Christ.
Yeah. Wow. I love that. And we love that you're part of this family back at IES. So one last question for you. This is a little bit different from all of the things that we've talked about. So why missions?
Why mission?
No, like, I mean, we always talk about missions as in like, oh, this is everything that but you're dedicating your life to missions. Why missions?
I'm not sure. I don't know how I end up here, but
like, wonderful. If you can't tell, we didn't script this. She didn't know the questions I was going to ask.
Yes. Actually, at the first, I graduate from teachers college, and then I never imagined that I would go out from that field and then join the church, and like to become a full-timer in church.
But even as a teacher, you've taught in like Mentawai, right?
Yes.
And I feel like, let's be honest, that's missions.
Oh, that's true.
Wait, how come I remember and you don't remember?
Yeah. I know. So I probably because my dad is like evangelist, and he always went like going to the small area and then do and then when I was 5, he took me along, and at the time there's no car, so we have to walk like one day and then to do the things like I'm not my dad was like preaching and then I'm just like going around, so I think probably start the seed.
Yeah, which we love it.
Yeah, like I don't know how I end up like when I'm done with my teaching in Mentawai, and I was done with that, like Pastor Lu just came to me and then asked me, do you want to involve in church and then work as a mission? Like what is mission? Like it's not familiar for me, and actually it's familiar though. Okay, and then like I think I will try it. Oh okay. No, wait, I remember. So when I was teens, in my previous church, they are really into mission as well. So I remember I always there are serve the city or not serve the city. That's
how yes.
But something similar with serve the city. So like we commit to do like give offering for mission. So I remember I'm very faithful with that giving to the mission, and then I'm join some of mission trip with church.
Yeah.
And then when Palu talking about mission, I feel like it's something that I really want to do it. So
And it seems like it's something that has been a value even from your dad all the way till your...
now I remember everything because of these questions. Like all the pictures come to my mind. Okay.
And I think now what you're doing in missions is combining that teaching thing, right?
Yeah.
With missions. It's
Yes. Because when I was kids, I feel like I want to be a teacher, but I want to be like my dad as well. But like I'm confused with which one that I'm going to do, and then I end up with the teacher, become a teacher, and now like I'm doing the church and now even in the mission I still doing the education. So I think it's
So what are the education stuff that IES is doing?
IES supports some school in the remote area, and then we helping them with teachers or other materials, like what their needs and everything. Because we feel like school is a good field for mission as well.
Yeah,
because like the kids spend most of their time in school, and then when the school have a good teachers and the heart, they can serve the kids and share the God's love with them. Some of our school is not like Christian school, but we always going there because they know we are Christians. So when we go to the school and then helping them, they can see how we treat them and love them, and we pray that they will feel our love towards them, and they will wonder about what kind of love is that. And then we do some training for the teachers, so so even the teacher is not all Christian, but the value that we put in their heart is like a Christian value, so the kids can feel some of the area. So when we have a school in that area, we also can do like Christmas celebration, so we are able to put up the big sound system, so, so I mean, they can hear us when we preach. Nice. There's kind of like that.
Cool. Well, this is your preview, because later on we have Missions Month in October, and we'll talk a lot more about missions. But since we're introducing Korry, so we wanted to talk a little bit about missions. So thank you so much. And we're out of time, but I've loved getting to talk to you. Thank you for being willing to share your story with everyone. And so thank you so much for tuning in. And we're on social media. We're on Instagram and Facebook, and we have an online community that you can be a part of. And you can tune in for our next Take a Beat next week.